summer is when we spend a lot of time getting ready for the new school year. You know, we have 10,000 iPads now that we have out in the district that students are using. And so they, take preparation. We have close to 12,000 computers out there. This summer in particular, we've also had to install a new student management system. The student management system is the center of all of the information that the school district gathers. We've also had to upgrade our financial system. Our financial system, the version that we were on, was no longer supported, so we had to move to a new version. Then you have, in addition to that, the new phone system that we're putting in. The phone system that we moved away from is 10 years old. The last phone system that we put in the district, we did over a period of 5 years. This one, we're doing over a summer. Life now revolves around technology, like it or not. You walk anywhere, you see people using technology, mobile phones, iPads, other tablet devices, computers, everything's going online. Well, we have to have our kids ready to live in that type of world.
Well, we're working on looking at peeling back the standards and the process of how that's done and looking at what students need to know. And as an administrator, I get the opportunity to understand how the process works and what it is that I should be expecting my teachers to do in the classroom to increase student achievement by adding the rigor with the new standards. Being able to take a look at the vertical alignment of the standards, teachers were able to understand that they needed to add more than some of what the standards had, just add more rigor into those to make sure that we're increasing our rigor and achievement for all students, no matter where they are.
Today we're doing the annual Fort Wayne Community Schools Door-to-Door campaign. This is our third year doing it, and we're going out to families all across the city and let them know that we are your schools. Today we're at Snyder. We are covering the Snyder area, and we have all the feeder schools going into Snyder helping us out today, and hopefully we can connect with a lot of families. We have about 70 volunteers today. The last couple of days we averaged between 70 and 100 volunteers, and it's a good turnout, and hopefully we can connect with a lot of families. I know we're not talking to families for a long time, but in the 3 minutes, if we can share a little bit of information, a little bit about ourselves, they'll know that Fort Wayne Community Schools is the best choice.
When school year is over in June, we start preparing for the next school year. Now, obviously, in between, we have summer school. We have some summer school routes that we run. So we quickly prepare those summer school routes, get those put into place, and immediately we begin to prepare for the next school year. To give you a primary example, we have 350 buses in our fleet, and the state police inspects each and every one of those buses before school starts. So when school finishes, our mechanics began to prepare those buses for the state inspection. So all 350 buses are inspected. All of our drivers are responsible for an annual training, which is mandatory by the state. That takes about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours for each driver. We have about 1,200 routes that we run to transport our students here in Fort Wayne Community Schools. And each summer we review all 1,200 routes, and we critique those routes, make whatever necessary changes we need to make, and then we put those routes in place. Prior to the school year, we send out communications to all of our students and parents to share with them their bus number, the location of their bus stop, all of the relevant information that those parents and students need to have prior to the start of the school year.
Our teachers yesterday afternoon, when I got back together with our staff, they were already pushing one another with challenging questions and asking each other, well, how will we know our students know that? And, just really wanting to meet this new challenge. I really think that our QIT, as well as all the teachers in our building, will be wanting to know what we need to do differently. And so we need to help one another know what's the best practice and use our district models for the instructional framework and that, but also tying in our new knowledge of what is expected in those performance tasks for our kids. At the QIT, really learning to analyze that new data. This will be different for us, and to know how do we analyze this data so that we can help our school reach the goals of being successful.
Well, the way my classroom is set up, I don't really have a door. It's a hallway to the main hallway. So people come around the corner all the time unexpectedly, and my students are used to that. But this particular morning, I was up to my knees literally in second graders because I was on a chair and they were all on the floor and we were reading, and we do a thing called harvesting words where I'm reading a story to them. She walked in with these flowers and I was so shocked. I think the thing that stands out to me the most is I was nervous about what I was going to say to her, and I was nervous about what I was going to say on the camera. And so I just kept going on and on about how much I love my job, because I really do love my job. And Dr. Robinson looked at me and she said, but it's a hard job. Don't deny that it's a hard job. And she knows that, just like we know that. Elementary is hard. All teaching is hard. It's rewarding, but it's not an easy job. Mostly what I'm going to do this summer, after a little bit of rest, because I need that right now, I'm a little tired, is to really dig into these standards and figure out this new way of teaching that I'm really excited about. Asking more open-ended questions, standing back and letting them discover things, moving away from that sage on the stage and being more open to their ideas and watching them solve problems and not jumping in as soon as they struggle. It is nice to have a summer off, but I'm always working. There's a lot more flexibility in my schedule. My alarm clock doesn't go off as early. I'm not, tied to the schedule of when I can eat, but I work the whole summer. I love to dive deep into what the curriculum is. I like to attend workshops. Last year I went to All Right. And after that, I spent the rest of the summer just planning for fall, because I really wanted to improve the way I taught writing. So you do have the summer off, but you don't have the summer off, and it's okay. I also love the comment when they say, well, you don't make as much money as other people, but you don't work the whole year either. You always think, what? But there's more than one form of commerce, I don't do it because I want to be rich. I do it because it's the best job in the world. It really is.